What's up, Dallas Cowboys fans? It's your old friend IndyCar Tim here with the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports. Welcome into the network. Welcome into the show. You can find us at fanstreamsports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate you guys following along, being a part of the show. Of course, the draft now less than a week away. We are on the countdown until Thursday's round one selections. Live from Lambeau Field, the not-so-frozen tundra in the middle end of April, I guess, up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And, of course, this is the time of year in between the end of the Super Bowl to the draft, really. It's kind of a dead – you have the combine there, of course, free agency, but it's kind of a dead spot, especially – this time after the first wave of free agency is over. It's kind of just this dead period. Look, I write for 12 different NFL teams, including the Cowboys, and it's hard to find things to write about. I understand. It's kind of the dead news period here, right? You can only write so much about what quarterback's going to the Steelers, and is Aaron Rodgers going to sign with the Steelers? You can only write so much about what position group should the Cowboys focus on at number 12. You know, there's just so much to go around. Everybody's trying to do it. So I get that there's a lot of stretches and reaches and things like that this time of year. You know, over at cowboyscountry.com, we try to keep everything relevant and moving along. And the only time really we get into silly stuff is when someone else reports it, and then we'll report on their reporting of it. And Mike Fisher does a great job over there of keeping everybody in line and trying to keep everybody pointed in the right direction so that we don't fill the internet full of clickbait like a lot of sites do. But, you know, again, it's a little difficult. Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying all of this to preface it by this report about the Cowboys having interest in Travis Hunter, and that being a lead news story for one particular media outlet. You know, all I can say is, well, of course they're interested in Travis Hunter. All 32 teams are interested in Travis Hunter. There's nothing they can do about it. Is it possible the Cowboys could trade up, or it would have to be one of the top three positions, right? Either Tennessee, Cleveland, or New York. Is it possible that they could do that? Yes. Is it probable and likely? Hell to the no. Every team is interested in bringing Travis Hunter in. Maybe the greatest two-way player in my lifetime. And it was done years and years and years ago. And I'm 54. It was done a lot way back in the day. I think he's better than Dion. I think he would be more successful. He will be more successful in the NFL if given the right opportunity to play both sides of the ball at corner and at wide receiver. Might even return punts and kicks like Dion did. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm a big fan of Travis Hunter. A very worthy Heisman Trophy winner. Yes, there was a couple of guys that would have been worthy Heisman Trophy winners, but Hunter was definitely one of them. But the connection here is, of course, Deion Sanders. You had this national report that included a video that showed Jerry inside his helicopter. And that report mentions Jerry's friendship with Deion Sanders. Of course, Deion Sanders, the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, where Travis Hunter played and played for him, of course, before that at Jackson State. Deion famously recruited him away from Florida State, his alma mater, to have him play at Jackson State. And then Travis followed him to Colorado when Deion took that job. So there's that obvious connection there. There's the obvious connection of the Cowboys and Deion Sanders, where he played in Dallas from 95 to 99, won the Super Bowl against the Steelers for the 95 season. For the Cowboys, he has a Cowboys Super Bowl ring. So, yes, there's a huge connection there. The Athletic's Diana Rossini said in a video clip from her Friday's episode of her Scoop City podcast. I love Diana Rossini. I love her show. I love her podcast. It's great. She simply said, I've heard Jerry Jones really likes Travis Hunter. Boom. That was it. And boom, the internet goes wild. it went crazy. So, but here's the thing. Like, I'm not mad at the report. Again, like I said at the beginning of this show, we're just looking for stuff at this point, right? Less than a week away from the draft. So she got that from somewhere. So is it dumber that that's a report? Is it dumber to say, the Cowboys are interested in Travis Hunter? Let's see what happens. Well, people are going to write about that. But the bigger question for me is, who leaked that? Who called Diana Rossini to say, by the way, the Cowboys really like Travis Hunter? They may try to go get him. That had to come from the Cowboys organization, which is where her sources are when she writes about stuff or talks about it on her podcast. She doesn't go get it secondhand. She has sources inside the Cowboys organization at the start, just like our own Mike Fisher does at FanStream Sports and at CowboysCountry.com. Like the rest of us do. So the bigger question for me is, did someone at the Star plant this story to just continue the Cowboys name being talked about here and the draft strategy? I mean, I feel like you don't need to plant stuff. There's enough stuff for us to go around with here. But is this Jerry Jones being really bad at football, claiming that we can trade up to the first three spots to get Travis Hunter? Or is it Jerry Jones just being a brilliant marketer, as he has been his entire life, and planting the Cowboys name out there in association with Travis Hunter so everybody goes crazy and writes stories about it? Because that's exactly what happened. Is there any truth to it? Well, maybe. I mean, again, sure, they're interested. But do you realize what they would have to give up to go up to one of the top three spots? I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know that the Cowboys, and I haven't examined it, I don't know that the Cowboys have enough draft stock to do that, or any players that one of those teams would be interested in. They're not going to want Dak as part of this trade. And then even if they do, the Cowboys are stuck without a quarterback now. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting, the approach here. If this was any other team, if somebody leaked, the 49ers are interested in Travis Hunter, would anybody have put any stock into this? Or would it have blown up like it did? I don't know. I don't think so. I'd like to think it wouldn't have, and I'd like to think that this is just the Cowboys, and because they're the Cowboys. But it is what it is. But I think it's funny. I think it's interesting. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Is this just a marketing ploy, or is this something really that the Cowboys, from a football standpoint, are interested in trying to do? I don't know. I don't know which side of the coin to go with. I think it's entertaining as hell that we're even having this discussion. And here we are. But let me know what you guys think. At IndyCar Tim, you can find me on X, on Threads, on Blue Sky, or if you're watching the YouTube video here, either on the FanStream Sports channel or the Fish YouTube channel, please comment. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And is this hogwash, horse hockey, whatever, or is this something legit that we should take seriously? I just think it's silly sometimes. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about it maybe on the next episode when we get closer a little bit to the draft and have some more actual things to talk about. But I would love to hear your thoughts on it, and maybe I'll bring some of those thoughts to the show next time if they're good ones, and maybe have a little discussion about that as well. So I'm IndyCar Tim. That's your Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports. We'll do it again here as we get closer to Thursday. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.